Guys! Okay, today is my 21-week bump date. So, we are more than halfway there, and everything is going great so far. This week was pretty exciting with the anatomy scan and stuff like that, so it's been a really good week. So as far as symptoms go for 21 weeks, it's been the same sort of stuff, like obviously I'm still really hungry and I'm still exhausted and all that kind of stuff. But also on top of that, which I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I'm definitely getting more out of breath these days doing stupid things. And it's a little ridiculous, but hey, whatever. That might actually have part to do with the fact that I've gained 4 pounds in the past 3 weeks, which is a lot. When I went into the doctor on Monday, I never asked my weight or how much I gained or anything like that. I just always say let me know if if it's too much or not enough or whatever, which in my case would be too much, not enough, because I don't have a problem gaining weight when I'm pregnant. But anyway, I think she forgot because I just didn't mention it that time. And so she's like, oh, you gained 4 pounds. And I was like, in 3 weeks? And she was like, nah, it's fine. It's just the baby. I'm like, no, it's not. She goes, no, but it's fine. And, that was like the, I don't know if I don't exactly, she's like the lady who draws your blood and takes all your vitals, and I don't exactly know what her title is in the office, but she's really sweet. So anyway, I was like, ugh, I need to lay off the milkshakes. But yeah, so I can definitely feel the extra weight and I'm getting more out of breath. Another thing this week is my gums have bled a couple times, and it was just funny because I noticed it, and then when I opened my Ovia app on Tuesday for my 21-week information or whatever, it was saying a lot of people around this time have bleeding gums and stuff like that just because of the extra blood flow and stuff. So, and that's not something I normally get. I do think I had it a couple of times with Jonathan though, so. But another thing this week is that I have had Braxton Hicks contractions, and actually a couple nights it got to the point where it was kind of freaking me out because I was getting them sort of frequently, and when I say frequently, I mean within a couple hours I had 3 or 4. And but still, for being 21 weeks, that made me really uncomfortable that I was having those already, because I don't remember having them this early with Jonathan, or if I did, it was just a random one every now and again, and not a couple of them kind of close together. And by close together, I do mean within a couple hour span. So it's sort of concerned me, so I did bring it up with my doctor when I went in, and he said as long as I'm not having 6 within an hour, that it should be okay. But if I'm noticing more than one, to drink a lot of water and lay on my left side and just take it easy, which is hilarious because I have a toddler. So yeah, hopefully that's all good. It's just, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that this past weekend we have been so busy. We've been trying to clean out the back room in our downstairs area, which is a storage unit. Well, it's a storage unit now, but we're actually going to make it into a bathroom. So we have tons and tons of boxes of stuff that I had to go through, and it was mostly my stuff from when I was younger that my mom gave me. So I had to go through so much stuff to get rid of. So it was just boxes and boxes. So I was constantly moving all day, and then the day before that we'd been out running around all day, and then the day before that I was at the gym, which I did really light activity, but maybe my body just wasn't used to it. I don't know. So I've been trying to really calm it down the past couple days, and I've noticed that it's been better, so that's good. One of the really exciting things about going through all that stuff in the storage unit though is my mom, I'm pretty sure she saved every single thing from when I was little, every single piece of clothing. So, I went through all these boxes, which a lot of it was from super early 90s, and it just looked funny. So I wasn't going to save everything. There was 4 giant Rubbermaid containers full of baby clothes. So I picked out a couple special things, like my Christmas dress that my grandma made me, and just some little like sleepers that were cute and that she could wear, and it was really cool going through that and being like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have a girl and she can wear these things that I wore when I was a baby. So that was actually pretty neat. But yeah, that's kind of it as far as symptoms go. I don't really think there's been a whole lot else. Okay, so I mentioned that we had our anatomy scan on Monday, and we did, which it was a little nerve-wracking going into it because, you know, if you guys haven't followed our journey for a while, there's two things I was worried about in particular, besides all of the thousands of other things that every mom worries about. But the first was I was hoping that she didn't have what I have. I have something called multiple epiphyseal dysplasia. Basically, it's a problem with my growth plates, and it causes slight deformities in hands and feet. That's why my hands are so short and stubby, and just an issue growing correctly. That's why I'm so short. And also the symptoms are kind of that of like really, really bad arthritis. That's why I've had my hips replaced and have issues in pretty much all my joints. But anyway, that's able to be picked up on ultrasound before they're born because they can measure their long bones, either their femurs or their humeruses, which humeruses are your femurs or in your legs. I don't know why I'm rubbing my arm when I say femurs. To measure to see if they're measuring the correct length for their gestation, because if she would have what I had, they'd be measuring very short, and hers were measuring perfectly. So I was just a big sigh of relief with that, because you know, I know what it's like to have that and have so many surgeries and, you know, just the difficulties that come along with that. So very glad that she didn't have that. Now the second thing that I was worried about was her having what Jonathan had when he was born, which they actually didn't diagnose on ultrasound, but they should have, but they didn't. It was a weird situation, I don't know. But anyway, he was born with a congenital diaphragmatic hernia, which is where there's a hole. The diaphragm is what separates your chest cavity from kind of your intestines and all that stuff down in your belly. So a congenital diaphragmatic hernia means that there's a hole in the diaphragm, which allows intestines and other stomach organs to come up into the chest cavity, which can then affect lung development and potentially, depending on how bad it is, heart development as well. And luckily Jonathan's case was like the best case scenario, and he was hardly affected at all long term. Short term, it was really scary. He had to be in the NICU and all that stuff. But, you know, so that was one thing I kept asking. I was like, does her diaphragm look good? Is it okay? Is there anything up in her chest cavity that shouldn't be in her chest cavity, you know? And she checked and checked and checked, and she's like, I see a solid diaphragm. I see her stomach down where it needs to be. I see her lungs where they need to be, and the heart where it needs to be. So everything looked really good with that. So it was just like, thank you, God. So everything just looked amazing with her. She was kicking like crazy, rolling around, and she was obviously confirmed still a girl, which James was convinced we were going to go in there and she was going to have a penis and not be a girl, but she's a girl. Sorry, James. The only other thing that the ultrasound showed was that I have a lot of cysts on my ovaries still, and one is huge, and it's on my right side, which is, I'm pretty sure the side I ovulated from. I don't even remember anymore, but it's big. It's like, I think it was 8 centimeters by 7 centimeters, which is huge. And when she put the wand there to look at it, oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. I was like, oh, don't touch it. And yeah, so, and then the other side had like 4 cysts on it, but they were smaller. So I don't know. She said it's not causing any issues with baby or anything like that. So we're just, as long as it's not causing me any issues, which they don't seem to be, except when she was pushing the wand on it. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna watch them. I'm gonna talk to my doctor about it more when I go in next time. In my next appointment, I'm also doing my glucose test. So, and honestly, I don't really mind the glucose test. Everybody like freaks out about it. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't just drink the drink for funsies, but it's really not that bad. It's just like a really sweet flat soda. So, could be worse. I've had worse. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much it for 21 weeks. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my belly and wrap this up because I'm gonna go outside and lay out for a little bit. It's so nice out. Jonathan's napping. I'm gonna get some sun because I need a tan. Okay guys, here is my 21-week belly. Alright guys, well that's it for 21 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.